This is the Head of Faculty for Modern Languages, and I'd like to share with you some of the main reasons about why learning a language, having a GCSE in French, German or Spanish, isn't such an important skill, not only for accessing the job market today, but also as a lifelong tool for success. These quotes underline the wider importance of languages and resonate strongly with the languages team at Cottam. We're all very passionate about what we teach, and thanks to learning languages, we've all lived abroad, met a wide range of people, and experienced situations which have broadened our horizons. Language is communication, and learning languages provides opportunities for personal development. For example, one of the quotes that really resonates with me is, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes through his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes through his heart. And I have lived in Germany, I've worked in Germany, I've travelled a lot, and because I spoke German and French, I was able to communicate with a lot of people and just make lifelong friends and really experience some things that I would never experience it had I not taken the opportunity to move abroad and actually use my language skills. Here's some just interesting facts linked to language learning. At the age of 18 months, you can speak about 50 words, but by the age of 5, you can speak several thousand. And what's even more phenomenal is that by the age of 21, you'll have spoken about 50 million words, which is incredible. And we're doing that without even realising. We have left the EU, the UK has, and obviously that has brought a huge range of barriers for local companies linked to trading. UK businesses need linguists to support them navigate all the red tape that the Brexit conundrum has caused. There are common myths that all people speak English in the EU, but an interesting fact is now the main language of the EU is French. Okay, so within Europe you have 23 official languages of the EU, but within the continent of Europe about over 200 languages are spoken. If you look at these percentages here, they are linked to language learning and also again about myths around people speaking English. So if we look at a percentage, 25% of the world speak English, only 25%. 45% is the amount of EU citizens that have more than one language. So they can speak fluently in 2 to 3 languages. 80% of citizens in the Netherlands, Denmark and Sweden can hold a conversation in a language that is not their own. And sadly, only 30% of people in the UK and Ireland and Portugal as well can hold a conversation in a different language. Only 30%. And that is why it is so important that we develop those language skills at a young age, at primary, and also continuing at secondary school by means of GCSE, that you are able to communicate in a different language other than English. So let's get to some understanding about why languages are so important. You know, when you visit a country, it's the language, speaking that language brings in some cultural capital, some cultural knowledge, which just makes you be able to access the country and have a more richer experience of that country. 70% of employers say that they value their employees to have language skills. Again, like I mentioned before about the issues concerning Brexit, communication with trading partners, dealing with customers who don't speak English. It is a skill set that employers value. Over 60% of trade out of this country is with non-English speaking countries. So again, having that language skill puts you at an advantage in getting a job. We are in the age of digital technology, and these innovative job sectors need linguists, you wouldn't believe. Global tech companies, you're all very familiar with them, they need to recruit linguists who can proofread, translate and create content in multiple languages. There's fierce competition amongst tech giants, and having another language gives you the edge in entering that market. In the age of online streaming, more online platforms need linguists because there's need for subtitling and dubbing. Very interestingly, I just did a Google search. Last year in Ireland, German and French were the most in-demand languages for tech jobs in Ireland. If you speak another language, you're more likely to get a job in this field. Obviously, there are traditional careers linked to languages: translating, interpreting, working in travel and tourism, or advertising. But, in the modern world as well, there are careers in social media, marketing and sales, which require employees to have language skills. We are living in the age of soft skills, being a good listener, being a good communicator, and having those language skills gives you the experience of networking and reaching out, and that is a valuable skill set that employers are looking for. Finally, learning a language gives you transferable skills. You are good at pattern spotting. You are good at adaptability. You are good at adapting to new situations. You are good at communicating with an audience. And also, because you've gone through learning a language, because you've been speaking in a different language, you are boosting your confidence, which will give you that edge when you go for interviews against other candidates who don't have those language skills. So just to sum up, why learn another language? You can improve your mental skills through studying a language. Learning a foreign language gives you life skills. You're adaptable, you can cope with changes, and you can deal with unfamiliar situations and also new situations with confidence. You can find that you can communicate better as well. I just did a search about what the most useful languages are, and this is the most up-to-date I found. You see that German is the most in-demand language in the job market right now, and that's for companies in the UK and also abroad. French, Dutch and Swedish are there as well, important trading languages. So remember, not everyone speaks English. That myth has been busted. It's a multilingual, multicultural society and world indeed. You don't have to be fluent in a language to go for these jobs. You just have to have the basic skills, which the GCSE does develop. There's room for all levels of ability in all different types of work. And remember, you can always carry on your language skills at a later stage. Languages improve the quality of your life and your understanding of how other people live and think. And also, it is a known fact that language graduates, students with GCSEs languages, can actually improve their earning power. That means that you can earn more money by default of having a language GCSE. Thank you very much.